Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome to the month of love, and Black History Month, and Humpback Whale Awareness Month. Yeah, I'm not kidding, that's real, look it up. Anyway, this is the month where I do reviews on things that center around love, Valentine's Day, and so on and so forth. So, what am I looking at today? Well, it's a Valentine's Day special from What's New Scooby-Doo, and it's simply called a Scooby-Doo Valentine. This came from Season 3, and in my opinion, does seem to capture the essence of the holiday. Love, romance, card hearts, kidnappings, evil clones of yourself, and being framed for a crime you didn't commit. Yeah, doesn't that just scream Valentine's Day? Now, I know what you're thinking. Hold on, how does this episode have all that together? Well, I'll tell you. So, if you know this channel, you know that I start with a quick summary first, and then I give you my thoughts afterwards. And for this one, there will be a few fun facts and a short joke barrage. We good? Splendid. Let's begin. In this one, the gang is finally back home in Coolsville after being on the road for so long. They believe they can finally relax and not have to worry about mysteries for a while. Unfortunately, that's not the case. You see, there was this couple who were simply trying to spend time together at Lover's Lane, but suddenly the boyfriend gets kidnapped by some mysterious forces. And this isn't the first time it's happened here, it's happened about 8 times. This gets the gang's attention, so they head over to the crime scene. But when they get there, the traumatized girl points at them and shouts, "That's them! Those are the people that took my boy away!" So yeah, it turns out this next monster or ghost or whatever it is impersonating the gang. That's pretty bad. But here's something worse. The cop that's assigned to the case doesn't like the gang very much and even believes that they may be behind it. And as if things couldn't get any worse, we find out that Shaggy's ex-girlfriend Rachel is not only covering the story, but she's also dating a member of NSYNC and flaunting him in front of Shaggy in that "I wanted a real man and I got one unlike you" manner. The reason for that is because Shaggy broke up with her so he could go on the road with his friends. So yeah, she's that one bitter ex you have that wants to show you that their new relationship is better in every way. She also believes that the gang is behind the kidnappings too. And as if things couldn't get any worse, the gang gets tricked into going back to Lover's Lane after getting some Valentines and get framed for everything the impersonators did. This gets the real gang put in prison. Mugshots, orange suits, harmonicas, the whole shebang. But they know that the real culprits are out there, so the gang makes a deal with the cop. If they can prove it was someone else other than them, their names will be cleared. So they use Fred, Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby as bait. And it works. The clones come as expected. In the end, after a traditional Scooby-Doo chase and trap, they're finally captured. But who is behind the mask? Who's responsible for all this? Well, believe it or not, it's Rachel's boyfriend, the NSYNC guy. Okay, I'll say his real name, Jay-Z Chazé. Why? Well, despite Rachel seemingly being done with Shaggy, she constantly talked about him to Chazé over and over and over again. Like I said, she's like every bitter ex that wants to show off their new toy just to spite their old flame, but deep down inside, they still have feelings for who they used to love before. I mean, what other reason could there be as to why she went to the prison and actually felt bad that Shaggy was behind bars? So anyway, because Rachel wouldn't stop talking about Shaggy, Chazé decided to make the evil clones to frame the gang and maybe get her to stop talking about the Shagman. The other clones just happen to be Hollywood extras that Chazé recruited for his plan. In the end, Chazé goes to jail, the gang have their names cleared, and the episode ends with him spending the rest of Valentine's Day at Jay-Z Chazé's cabin house. The end. So, what are my thoughts on the Scooby-Doo Valentine special? Well, I enjoyed it. I'll admit, seeing the gang behind bars and framed for a crime they didn't commit is a unique idea. After all the times they put criminals away, they are now on the inside. It's not something entirely new in the Scooby-Doo universe. Hell, they did get into trouble with the Tokyo police in another episode. But this is a story that actually has them behind bars, and it's very important to the plot. And yes, it does lead to some funny jokes too.
I figured we could try and clear our names and find out who's really behind this, or risk going to prison for a crime we didn't commit. I find it helps not to think about it. Instead, I hum. She's had a rough few hours. There was no bottled water. She had to drink tap.
Having the villains be clones of the Mystery Inc. gang is kind of cool too. They look just like them, except they have incredible strength and these big red menacing eyes. Not the most frightening of monsters, but they do pose as a significant threat to the gang. What does surprise me the most is that the celebrity guest star they got for the episode, JC Chasez, was the villain the whole time. Think of all the other celebrity guest stars that the Scooby-Doo franchise has had over the years. The Harlem Globetrotters, Sonny and Cher, Urkel, and more. But out of all of them, it's Chasez, of all guest stars, that turns out to be the bad guy. It's a nice twist that I didn't see coming, and I kind of do understand his motivation for it. As for the rest of the good stuff, there is plenty. The animation is decent as always, voice acting from everyone is still good, it's nice to see Coolsville in this episode, the stuff around Shaggy and his ex is actually pretty funny, and I did get a good chuckle seeing Fred and Daphne acting so awkward with each other, and seeing Scooby in a dress being used as bait for the bad guys. Also, I did giggle when this mailman was giving a Valentine to someone that he found to be special. Daphne immediately thinks it's her, but it's actually for Velma. Yes, give Velma some love. Ugh, no, not that Velma, ugh. And no, I am not reviewing anything from that. What can I say about it that nobody else has said? Anyway, other good things include the wrap-up to explain Chasez's plan, and I do like how they made the end credits background have the Valentine's Day colors. But now it's time to give my nitpicks and problems with the episode. Not a whole lot, but there are some. First, I do wish they did some kind of Valentine's Day spin on the ending credits music. You know, kind of like what Ned's Declassified did in their Valentine's Day episode. It's not a big problem, it's just a little nitpick, and I feel like if they did that kind of spin with the music, it probably would have made it a little bit better. But here is a real problem I have. As cool as it was seeing the gang's evil clones be the villains, I do have to ask, how are they all strong enough to pick up the mystery machine and do other things like rip open a car door and pull a tree out of the ground? These are Hollywood extras? Well, maybe that is what they are, when they're on steroids. But the episode doesn't tell us how they did all that. They're just known as extras and that's it. We get an explanation for other things, but not this. Also, I really don't like Officer McBride, the cop that keeps pestering the gang. He's supposed to be this tough, no-nonsense cop who doesn't like the Mystery Inc. crew taking all the glory when solving mysteries. And that's it. There's nothing else to him. He's not that memorable, and he's also not funny. He's just a cliched character with nothing added to it. On top of that, this is his only appearance in the show. So, yeah, in my opinion, aside from being someone to move the plot along, there's just nothing else to him. And finally, even after McBride put them in jail, interrogated them, and is later proven wrong that the real gang didn't commit the crime, he doesn't apologize for what he did. Nope, no apology for the false imprisonment and no apology for being a dick. Well, I guess it's just like how it is with bad cops in real life. Shoot first, ask questions never. But aside from that, I still did enjoy the episode. I think it's something kids would like, and some adults can get into it too. It's got some nice animation, the lovable goofy antics we all know and love, and it did some things that I haven't seen the franchise do too much of. In conclusion, I liked it. Is it my favorite episode? No. But for a Scooby-Doo Valentine's Day special, it's decent for what it is. So the final score I'll give it is a 7 out of 10. Okay, let's get into the fun facts. Number 1, this Valentine's Day special was the show's third and final special. The show did 2 other specials, a Scooby-Doo Christmas and a Scooby-Doo Halloween, the latter being something I have talked about. You know, I should probably do a re-review of that if I have the chance. Number 2, like I said, JC Chasez was the first celebrity guest star in Scooby-Doo history to be the bad guy. Number 3, when the gang gets their mugshots, the number 69 is visible, which is referencing when Scooby-Doo first started back in 1969. Number 4, the extras that play the evil clones are animated caricatures of the real people that voice the gang in the show. Greg Delisle, I'm sure I probably screwed that name up, Frank Welker, Mindy Cohen, and Casey Kasem. Rest in peace. And number 5, Daphne makes this reference at the end of the episode after she discovers the person playing her was an extra.
An extra? Ugh. Was Sarah Michelle Gellar too busy?
Well, sorry, Daph, but she was too busy with the Grudge movies at the time. Alright, now here are a few jokes.
At least we'll be home in time for Valentine's Day. It is absolutely my most favorite holiday of the year. I thought your birthday was your most favorite holiday.
And Christmas. And Groundhog Day.
All right, fine. After all those.
Oh, come on, tell us more. What are your other favorites? St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, National Organ Donor Day? Oh yeah, that's a real holiday in February, and it's on the same day as Valentine's Day. I guess it literally is the only time of the year where you can give your actual heart away.
Oh, Jesus!
I was so sick of dating supermodels and pop divas, so I bought a little cabin on the outskirts of town and stop in whenever I can between dates on my world tour. I'm actually flying out again tonight.
Right, we actually thought this guy was gonna take the world by storm, despite only selling one solo album and being a judge at America's Best Dance Crew. Never heard of them? Exactly.
Like I never want to look in a mirror again.
You said it.
Said many Scooby-Doo fans after they saw Velma. Hey, just because I don't want to watch it doesn't mean I can't make jokes about it.
I was jealous, okay? Jealous of him!
But why?
Shaggy said this, Shaggy said that, Shaggy solved another mystery. Shaggy ate 15 hoagies in one sitting. That's all I heard from Rachel nonstop for the past year!
Wow, I get that Shaggy can be a chick magnet sometimes, but I never thought he could make Jay-Z Chazé jealous of him. No, I am not calling him that. That's a stupid slang term that you will look back on 20 years later and be ashamed that you used it. Besides, there's only one Riz in my eyes. Anthony Rizzo. Please, Yankees, win this year, damn it! And to end this section, here are Shaggy and Scooby's reactions to Geeks and Gamers.
Fighting for America's freedoms, even though we remained America's slaves.
I can't imagine if you're actually a child growing up and you see this and you don't have like parents that are explaining what like you're being programmed. Like this is the point though. They want kids to see this so that they can control
of course
their mind.
Alright guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, my name is Sam, and good night everybody.